what's going on? I am the number 42 and my co-host, Mr. Donkey, Engs, himself.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Today we're going to be commentating in League 1 of the Oceania Online Racing F1 Championship. Okay, going back to the race director now. We're Kransky in first place here with a 1 minute 21 4:30. Luke 23 with 2 tenths behind him. Suma 5 tenths. Tony, Mulock, Jittybit, Surprisenberg, Hyperstellar, Parlap, Scruff, rounding out the top 10. We're getting ready to race now. Let's unsegue from that. Sitting on the starting grid, 3, 4, 5 red lights. Go, go, go! 5 red lights out. Kransky gets away well. Luke 23 lost a position on the start, it looks like, from this angle. I can't really tell. Kransky just zooming away from everyone. What an amazing getaway from him. Luke 23 coming out in second. Suma in third. Tony in fourth. Jittybit has moved up to fifth. Mulock has dropped to sixth. Getting a bit swallowed up in the pack there.
Kransky almost losing it there.
Parlap dropped 2 positions, but he has gone up somehow. The stats here don't really make sense, but at least we don't have the last names.
Thank you, FOM.
Kransky here already 5 tenths in front of Luke 23. Hopefully Luke 23 doesn't cook his tyres trying to follow him. Suma 1 second behind the both of them. It looks like that we've got already a 2-tiered race.
Looks like they're stepping away here. Luke 23 sitting pretty in the Williams, just under a second behind Kransky, followed by Suma 1.2. Tony just quickly behind, and then Mulock leading the rest of the pack, second behind there.
And as we tune into Mulock now, trying to work out what happened. He seems to have gotten his position back, but he is definitely... he's still holding position with his former car. So there seems to be a bit of a snake forming behind Mulock. He's not falling back too far. Kransky putting in fastest lap, but it's first lap, so he gives a flying fuck. Bender dropping down the order for some reason. Something seems to have happened to him.
If only there was an easy way to scroll through the people. Maybe a mouse input would help.
Thanks, FOM.
That's Codemaster's issue. Sector 1.
Rugras, yellow flags in Sector 1. Something's happened to Rugras. Seems he's spun in the same spot that Max Verstappen spun this year.
And he does another one. Beautiful. Let it happen, mate.
Really doing a good show for the Australian fans, as he knows we're all pikeys and we love burnouts.
Mate, it's not out at park unless you think it's KK's parking lot and let a few doughies slip out.
Mulock sitting on the tail of Tony at the moment. Tony, I believe, is a new driver that we found on the side of the road.
Sauber there almost slipping out from behind Papa Mulock himself. Was that Jittybit?
I believe that was Jittybit, yes. He's in the Sauber this season.
Dark horse from Formula 2. Formula 2? League 2.
League 2, but I think it's Formula 2 now.
Who knows what they rename it? It changes every week. Kransky sets the fastest lap, 1:25.043.
Seems to be a battle here. DRS will be enabled this lap coming. Mulock runs really wide. Absolute disaster out of that corner. He must be pushing hard. Running no assist as well. And it looks like Jittybit's just going to go around the outside of him.
They can move here.
Side by side through turn 1. Not an inch, no quarter. Hopefully his wife would say that later to him tonight.
So to the TV pod here on Jittybit, the dark horse from League 2.
Nearly taking out Mulock's front wing. Cuts the corner, but I believe he didn't have anywhere else to go. Takes out the front wing of...
Oh, that's controversial.
Whoa!
Rosenberg hitting the wall there.
Don't know if he's out of the race. If we can just get on board with him. Hopefully it's just a damaged wing and nothing more. He is still in the race. He does have a slight amount of wing damage, it looks like, but that's a controversial move, and I don't know how I feel about it. And Surprisenberg with a 3-second time penalty, really rubbing salt into the wound with what just happened to him.
Looks like possibly a corner cutting incident. You think repeated warnings on the corner cutting?
It seems that everyone is taking a lot of corner, but he still hasn't gone into the pit, so hopefully he hasn't taken too much damage.
Could be with the rule changes in this season running to strict corner cutting rules. Some of the drivers are struggling a bit.
Well, and Hyperstellar really challenging Mulock. Jittybit right up the arse of him in that beautiful Pink Panther. What a fantastic livery, and they've only improved it this year.
I love the new livery this year. Looks like reminds me of like a Napolitan ice cream kind of thing. What are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
What's 97 retires from the session? What happened there?
If you want to just quickly scroll down to him while this great battle's going on, Seems he's just come off the track. It doesn't look like from this bird's eye angle that we can see what's happened. It just seems that the car's shit itself. Fans on the side there giving him a clap. He's not getting out of the car. Fuck knows what he's doing. He might just have fallen asleep at the wheel.
Big Kerensky halfway up from, I think they started Melbourne Park. I think he's about halfway to Sydney by now.
Yeah, it's showing that right now here in the figures. Big lock-up from both front tyres into the penultimate corner. Coming into the last corner now, pushing down the straight. No DRS for him because he's not within 1 second of the car in front.
He's definitely in a world of his own.
Now, the battle here between Hyperstellar Jittybit
and Bender.
And Mullock. Bender is actually 1.5 seconds behind him if you look at how the
Papa
timing...
Mullock has decided...
There's been an overtake here and we've completely missed it because my colleague has...
No, it's because they've gone into the pits, mate.
Yeah, so first drivers into the pits, Suba, Scruff, Mullock and Parlap. Not Scruff, talking rubbish. Another 3-second time penalty for Stoffel, corner cutting. So the strict corner cutting's really cucking all the drivers right now.
Really struggling with that. Stoffel's decided to leave the session. Could he have been black flagged or has he just had enough?
If we just quickly navigate over to Stoffel, seems that he's spun and cracked the poos. So close battle between first and second now. 5/10, 3/10 through that corner. Embolt really pushing now, but neither of them have pit. Embolt came out, actually started the race on the super softs. So hopefully he might be looking at a one-stopper. I don't think he'll be going to the end because he'll be going in the bin.
Kerensky's sitting well within DRS. Looks like he's going to try to make something happen within this next lap on Eugene Sand. He's sitting pretty on the inside there. Looks like he's got a big lock up by Kerensky there. Sitting on his brand new... Oh, is that his brand new tyres?
He's using brand new super soft tyres. Soft tyres. Sorry, I'm actually colourblind as well as mentally deficient. If we can just scroll down to 19... No, you know what? Let's not do that because there seems to be an overtake coming up here. Kerensky goes around the inside. Nice and easy.
Very.
Whoa! Really lost a lot of time there. I believe he's just spun. Eugene Sand...
Losing two positions. Luke
just chucked a Max Verstappen into turn 1.
Got a bit nervous there. Luke 23 says, hello, give me that position. Easy win for Luke 23.
He'll take that one straight back to the bank. It's fantastic.
Fantastic. Tony Pepperoni looks like he's going to make a move here.
Tony Pepperoni really pushing up the ass of this fucking...
Beautiful move there by the McLaren.
Still hasn't gotten it done yet, though. He's really pushing onto him now.
Tony Pepperoni looks like he's
might be going to have a look in here. Now, this corner really resonates with me because this is where on the last lap of the last race of the last season...
beautifully underneath him.
So close, it looks like they're pushing each other through the corner.
Beautiful move there.
Great defense from Eugene Sand. The wing.
Sand, the wave. Look at him. He's beautiful. Oh my God. What's that?
Two wheels, Eugene Sand was.
He's decided why. Listen.
Go back to your normal voice.
Listen,
you're losing it.
Tony Pepperoni has decided why. Why do I need to overtake when he's clearly got the rake, he's got the angle on the front wing. He can just scoop the car out of there.
Completely wedged through the corner. I hope that the stewards would want to have a look at that one because it didn't look like a legal or fair overtake.
Not sure if that specifically is mentioned in the rules that you can't actually just
making contact between the cars though. It is mentioned in the sporting regulations, Article 23.9, Section A. If you make contact with a car, you're a cock. You're a grub.
Okay, beautiful. Eugene Sand going into the pits. Maybe he did take a bit of damage there. Oh no, this is his first pit. Tony Pepperoni himself still yet to pit. So out there we've got Bender.
Going on to the fucking super softs at the moment. Don't know why I said fuck there. The tyres did just change in front of my eyes.
I'll have you know that there's
a bit interesting.
They're like the mood rings, you know. The more heat that goes in the car, they change colour.
Right. Interesting new strategy from Pirelli this year. Hopefully we'll see him in road cars. Once again, another penalty handed out. Charlie Whiting's finger must be getting sore pushing that button. Everyone's getting 3-second penalties, but no one's getting actually fucked for it.
I think we're just going to change all the race times and give a flat 3 seconds to everyone.
Well, I think that's what's already happened.
I think by the time this race finishes, we're actually going to end up in a different time zone.
Once again, moving closer to the Perth time zone just to accommodate those lazy Perth mining tax dodging scum.
The field's definitely spread out here.
Something's just fucking happened.
Beautiful move.
Fantastic overtake from Bender to Suma. Side by side into turn 3. Bender gets the move done. Bending it like Beckham into there.
Definitely like Beckham. Suma says, nah, I'm still in the ring, mate. Don't call me Suma, I'm Mr. Sumo.
Let's get another 3-second time penalty for J Group 61. Do believe someone was take it to the third umpire. We're going to go to the third umpire now, and it seems that Kerensky's actually put sandpaper all over the track.
Scruff in the banana. Looking to chase Eugene Sand. Eugene Sand still rattled from the airborne mission he was just on, actually.
I do believe he was part of the Challenger space mission where multiple people died.
More like SpaceX. He did land. Oh, look at this beautiful 4 cars. What do we got? Hyperstellar, Embol, Bender, Suma.
Poor Bender not giving an inch at all. Hopefully his wife will get more than an inch tonight. Really pushing the cars off the track. Really challenging now. Bender didn't look like he was in contention for a little while, but he is on a fucking mission at the moment.
He's a man with a mission, man.
If you've ever heard of the Michael Jackson song "Man in the Mirror,"
hey, I mean that's him. He's a man in the mirror.
Bender's the man in the mirror. His visor's actually completely nude. He's just looking at himself.
I would have thought you would have said to the driver in front, he was the man in the mirror, but you've decided to go with a reflective.
What a mirror is a reflective thing. Yes, it is a reflective surface. Mirrors are actually an impressive piece of technology.
Cut the corner there a little bit, Mr. Bender. He's only Red Bull gives you wings, mate, but it doesn't give you rule-breaking abilities. Let me tell you.
Well, seems to be okay right now. Suma getting really close to the rear of his car. Wasn't close enough to make a challenge then at the end of the DRS zone. Also in the 2018 season, the third sector of this track is another DRS zone. Doesn't really help with the overtakes, but when you're an absolute fucking madman, overtaking on this track, not too hard.
Oh, the Toro Rosso looking to make a move on the Red Bull. Oh! Getting a bit greedy there, almost losing it. Lost a lot of time there. Suma sitting 0.79 behind. Coming into the, what are we, lap 24 now?
We're into lap
25.
Coming into lap 25, DRS wide open. No professionalism whatsoever. But when you're down to beer, there's not much else you can do.
Kerensky in another postcode. Regular Lewis Hamilton over here.
Playing Angry Birds all the way at the front. It seems that he's up to level 147 here.
147, Findit. Oh my god, could we
Nearly
see
5 cars
abreast? Spectral Ghost. I thought we were going to go 5 wide into their absolute insanity down under.
Really exciting race for this first one, although my throat is starting to go. I do feel like...
Chuck another 3-second time penalty in there.
Why not?
If you use a drink, make sure
that you don't drive.
If you use a drinking with the 3-second penalty, good night. Because there's been a fucking few. This beautiful battle happening for 7th, 8th and 9th.
Looked like he just lost part of the wing there.
Did look like a bit of damage there. Did miss a bit of
Seems to be.
Oh, Mercedes losing a little bit. Gonna lose a lot of time there.
Really pushing hard here. Suma's coming in, not giving him anything. DRS wide open. Bender, fuck me dead. The Mercedes driver definitely does not have DRS. Easy overtake for
Suma there, running in the Toro Rosso.
The Toro Rosso, very well done. I think you're driving home tonight, which is going to be quite interesting.
Eugene Sand with another 3-second penalty. Somehow he got it on the straight.
Right now, the hero of the day, Scruff, already automatic driver of the day because he's not a grub, also known as a good bloke among popular crowds.
I don't think that's what it actually means there.
Interesting with the driver of the day this year.
Oh, looked like a bit of desync then, but it also looked like Bender just decided to spear Hyperstellar. Here we go on the lap 28 here. Hyperstellar, Bender and Suma still battling for that 5th position. Suma cutting
wide out on the inside of Bender. Makes the overtake happen.
Beautiful.
Goes a bit wide, touches the grass, but doesn't
probably going to be another warning there.
Quite well. He's got DRS wide open. I'd say Bender does not. No, he does. I'm talking out of my ass completely.
Beautiful talking out of the ass there. Car's going a bit sideways. Toro Rosso easily taking the 6th position.
Hyperstellar currently running 5th, racing a race by himself, except for the fact that Suma looks like he just fucking cut him.
Looks like he's just glitching out like a Dragon Ball fighter. Is it a glitch out? I don't know what that is. When they move really fast, you know what I mean.
It's called instant transmission.
Okay, instant transmission, whatever, sensu beans. Okay, we get it. Hyperstellar, Suma, Bender, 5, 6, 7. Coming on to lap 28 here.
There seems to be this great battle going on between Hyper, Suma, Bender and Embol. 3-second time penalty for Scruff. Once again, really letting his old teammates and friends down.
Really letting it down for League 2 here.
Considering that he won League 2 by over 50 points last season, coming up to League 1 without the assist, doesn't seem to be performing as well as he should be.
Oh, Toro Rosso sitting right on the ass of that Pink Panther. coming on the outside of him here.
Interesting place to overtake. I do believe I made
He
contact.
might have set himself
Side
up
by
here.
side, they're really pushing each other.
Oh, he seals the deal there.
Great defensive move by Hyperstellar.
Not really,
Not
because he's
Hyperstellar
behind.
because it's Suma.
And so it was a great aggressive move, we would say. Defensive move if he was French, because he did lose. Shout out to the French.
Once again, Hyperstellar trying to go around the Maginot line. Needs to get this done fairly quickly. We're on the last lap now. Kerensky going across the line before anyone has actually arrived in the same postcode.
Kerensky has actually gone home.
Yeah, it seems to be
Mbop falling a bit far behind.
Mulock on the 3-stopper running into 18th position. Will not be picking up any points today. Really unfortunate from the leader of our great Colt.
So let's have a look at the position changes here. Mulock down 13 positions.
Lucky number 13 for us. We get to rag on Mulock for the next week and a half.
Fantastic for everyone at OOR that Mulock from 3rd last week has decided to end up possibly 18th this week. Kerensky finished the race.
Across the line,
gone
finished
somewhere.
10 seconds in front of Luke 23.
He's in the garage having a smoke.
Mulock putting in the fastest lap at the end of the race. Unfortunately, the fastest lap means nothing except for the Mulock points done very far after the banana points.
Banana points. Doesn't
The
look
banana
like
points that actually happened. We're not going to get the overtake we were hoping for from Bender. He's really pushing hard right now, but this track is notoriously hard to overtake on, so he has finished up.
Looks like the boys settled down. 5th, 6th, 7th started ending like they started. Eugene San gifted a lot of shifts with the penalties here, so we got a lot of movement. Eugene San has just decided to leapfrog over Mbop.
Turns out not driving like a cheating dog really does pay off.
You would say that, except Tony ended up on the podium. So
Why is Tony a cheating dog?
he did launch a Mars mission.
Tony did launch a Mars mission much before Elon Musk and much before Richard Branson. We'll have to have a speak with him after the race. Have a speak is not
The
a phrase.
Toro Rosso's
Looks
decided-
like the Toro Rosso's just given up on life, and all the cars are trying to make a human centipede. Pretty interesting. One of the Ferraris actually travelling in reverse over the line. Looks like he'll be picking up a black flag for that one. Finished 20 seconds. It was Surprisenberg, the meme master himself.
I bet he's Surprisenberg the crowd. Am I right? Am I right?
I'd really like you to die.
I'm going.
Race is finished now. 15th position for Surprisenberg. Really great. Really great. Oh, you're back. Really great race from all the guys. It seemed to be clean for the most part, but there was a fair few touch and go situations there. What was your analysis of the race?